Hello, and welcome to this week's Profit Maximizer Moment. This show is dedicated to helping business owners dramatically improve their bottom line with our weekly profit maximizing tips that you can use now. You would think by now I'd have this memorized, but nope. I'm your host and coach, Wayne Belisle. I'm also the founder of a local CPA firm that works with business owners to help them make more money and keep more of it from the IRS. I do this with our profit coaching programs and with our tax planning system. That by itself has saved our clients over $6.8 million in the last 5 years, all legally. Love my clients, but I don't want to share a jail cell today with them today or any other day. Today we're going to talk about improving the profit formula, and we're going to go through this pretty fast. I just want to give you an idea that it sounds hard, but you break it through. What was profit formula? Remember, if you don't know what it is, watch last week. All right, last week's video, we went into it to some detail on how improving the various steps can have a major impact on your profits. All right. But first, support for today's show is brought to you by Profit Maximizing Publishing, which published my book, The 90-Day Profit Reset. Someday I'm going to get this right. There we go. Which shows you how to gain your independence from reduced cash flow, shrinking margins, and an evaporating customer base. In this book, you'll find chapter after chapter, idea after idea about how you can turn around your business and reset your profits from red to black in 90 days or fewer. Even entrepreneurs that are making a bunch of money can learn from this and make some money out of it. Now, I think right now, last time I checked, this thing paperback is for $4.95. I don't remember if I was running a sale on it or whatever, but that's what it was at. So let's take a look at it. We've been talking about profits, and the sales portion. And I break it into the different parts, and I'm going to go over this pretty fast. But I'm basically going to cover the sales portion of increasing the 10%. All right. And really, every one of these things in here, I've actually done a video on or wrote a blog on. So you should be able to find it. I'm going to go through them pretty fast. But remember, the sales portion, what I'm aiming for is a 10% increase in qualified leads. All right. Because remember, you're not in the business of selling. You're not in the business of what you do or what you produce. All right, think about that. You're in the business of getting new customers, keeping them as long as possible, and selling them as much as possible while they're your customers. So I've sat down and actually detailed a bunch of different items into three basic sections. The qualified leads, all right, so that's basically your marketing. How do you get them to come to call you, to drop in the first time, all right? And then increasing the annual sales per customer. How do you get them to come back more often and buy more when they're there? And then getting them to refer customers. How do you get them to refer? And then finally, keeping your customers, customer retention. So when I go over this, because I can literally do, so we're moving fast. This is one of these videos that you might want to take notes on, watch it a couple times. But what you're really looking at, as much as anything, is that this one is pretty long. All right. And I've done videos on just about everything in here, or I will continue to. So first of all, above all, you must be able to answer why the customer, when faced with all the choices available to them, including doing nothing at all, should buy from you. Otherwise, how will you attract your ideal customer? So you need to know your big why, and I've definitely covered that, so go look at that. Then you have to figure out who your ideal customer is. What are their needs? How do they fulfill these needs better than your competition? So you need to know that. Then social media. Attract leads, Facebook, YouTube ads, whatever it is. I mean, it can be LinkedIn. A lot of people are using there's so many of them out there. Whatever, my brain has stopped on a couple of ones that are being used more than anything else. Google ads still work. Sometimes you don't have to do any. I don't do any. These videos and the fact that we're consistently doing these videos and the emails do quite well, which is the next one. You should have an email list of all your customers. If you don't have one, get their emails and so that you can stay in contact with them. Most business owners just don't spend enough time on this. All right. I've designed and implemented a complete marketing plan starting with just collecting the customer's emails. Okay. Once you get their emails, set up an autoresponder, something like Constant Contact, MailChimp. There's other choices out there that welcomes them, upsells them, cross-sells them automatically for you. Identify your entry products. These are the products that typically bring in new prospects. Design a marketing strategy to funnel prospects towards these products. So in other words, I could, for us, they come in because they need tax return, QuickBooks training, or new businesses. Now I could do something else, but those are the ones that they are already calling me on. So might as well not fight them, work with them. Choose sales tools that also direct your prospects to your entry products. I always recommend one of the books I always say if you're new, because every business is a sales business, but not every business owner is a salesperson. So get the book. It's an older book, but it's called Guerrilla Marketing by J. Conrad Levinson, Levinson. If you just type in guerrilla marketing, you'll find it. You list hundreds of tools that every business owner can use without spending a fortune. All right. And there's a lot, the guerrilla marketing series, there's a lot of them out there. I think there's even a book. I would get the basic one, but I think there's one that's just discuss tools only. Use content marketing to attract prospects, basically what we do here. All right. The blogs, these kind of videos, podcasts, something. There's all kinds of stuff, but you want to attract people by showing them you're an expert in what you do. So you need to come up with something. Okay. Every company I feel should have a blog, and every business starts educating prospects on how the company can meet their needs. Once you've done that, that gets people in there. But once they come in, what do you do now? Now what you need to do is you need to have we're aiming for a 10% increase in the conversion of these leads into paying customers. Now, a couple things. First of all, you need to be able to track how many people are coming in so that you can track how many are converting into customers. So first, make a list of your ideal customers. Make a list of what your ideal customers really want. That's not that hard to say. Let's try that again. Make a list of what your ideal companies really want when they buy from you. What hassles are they trying to avoid or alleviate? I don't go buy a vacuum like I just did because I want a vacuum. It looks cute. No, I have a dog. I have a bunch of dog hair in the darn car, and so I got all my vacuums have cords, so I wanted a cordless one. So what was I trying to alleviate there? That's the kind of thing you need to understand for your customers. Why are they buying? What satisfactions are they trying to acquire? And make sure your staff knows how to approach your customers and solve those problems. Here's something too that's simple: educated prospects and educated customers buy more often and buy more. All right. So use your blog, your product videos, resource centers, ebooks, newsletters, anything to help keep them informed. Create a lead magnet that will entice your perfect prospect to request additional information about your products and services. I'm not going to get into this. You could easily, I think I covered this on a blog. If not, that's a common term now. 10, 15, 20 years ago, it wasn't. But if you type in lead magnets, you'll be able to see a bunch of examples. Make it easy for your customers to buy from you. Review all your sales procedures and eliminate all your sales killers. What's a sales killer? Well, if anything, that makes it harder for your prospect to buy from you. You walk into a store and everything you see says no credit, no pay before you go, no returns. Okay. The word no should never be prominently displayed in your store. Train your sales staff regularly. Well-trained staff, well-trained employees sell more. When I'm sitting down talking to an owner that has a sales staff, I always can tell, and I always ask them, I said, who's your best salesperson? And they'll tell me, and I said, I bet you you're wrong. I bet you your best salesperson is you. And the reason is because that you know your products better than anybody else. You know how they work and what problems they solve and what they attract to a customer. You know the features, advantages, and benefits. Okay. Provide scripts to ensure the company gives a consistent message to all prospects. The script should include a list of powerful questions designed to identify prospect needs and to invoke emotions. Sometimes it's a matter of focus. I tell people we're not a normal CPA firm. We do three things basically. One, we do your tax return in the best way possible to avoid audits. Two, we do tax planning to make sure you pay as little as possible. And three, we do profit coachings to increase your profits. Narrow it down. We basically help you make more money and keep more of it away from the IRS, all legally, hopefully, not hopefully, always. Use product videos to introduce products and demonstrate how they will fulfill a prospect's needs better than any other option. This is good, especially if it's a complicated product. All right. I had a client of mine, BK Medical. They had a lift. I forget what it's called, but it basically helps lift the customer out of the bed and then put them in a chair. Looks like to me, when I looked at it, it looked like a 15th century torture device. But they did a simple video showing how, one of the daughters could easily lift the dad and by herself. That type of video makes a big impression on, I see what that can do, and that can help me do this. Okay. Make it easy for your customers to buy. Mobile devices and applications made it exceedingly easy for small business owners to accept payments. People ask me, I say, I'll accept anything but your firstborn child and your dog, maybe. Depends on the type of dog. I might look at it. I have a firstborn child. That's too expensive. I don't need another one. I'm too old. Manage your prospects' expectations before, during, and after the sale. This is often where the problem comes in. More customers change providers because they felt they did not receive something that they thought they should have. Review all your marketing activities and prospect interactions to be sure you're delivering on your promises, both stated and implied. Reverse the risk by offering a solid guarantee. I spent a lot of time on that, but that's serious. So you might want to find the video where I discuss that. Provide social proofs with testimonials, Facebook Lives, LinkedIn endorsements, media articles. Social proof is important because prospects are taught to distrust advertising, but are much more willing to believe what others say to you. Now, once they become a customer and you've turned them from a prospect, converted them to a customer, the next step is to try to get a 10% increase in the annual sales per customer. So first, use the 80-20 rule. To identify your best customers, set up procedures that emphasize selling more to your best customers. They're usually the customers that already know you, like you, and trust you. All right. So since they already know you, like, and trust you, it's easier to sell. All right. Don't forget to market to all your customers. Selling more to your current customer is the fastest and easiest way to increase sales, and it costs much less than acquiring a new customer. Yet when I walk into a company, almost all their marketing is to get new customers. Add a frequent buyer program. Studies show customers love them and will spend more with companies that have one than with companies that don't. Always be prepared to upsell products that complement the product the customer is buying. Study how Amazon has mastered this, for example. Customers who bought this item also bought, and they also have sometimes frequently bought together. Study what they do. They do it well. All right. Offer bundles to raise the average order size. They buy a product. Hey, if you buy, like, here's the cleaning kit, here's this, that, and that, you can get a bundle and it saves you trouble. You're going to need them later. Why don't you get it now and you get a little discount? Script possible cross sales of other products. When a client comes to me for tax work, I always explore how their accounting is done. And if they need tax planning or profit and sales consulting, look at them as you're doing the work. See if you can upsell them. All right. Educate your customers about all your products. Many sales are lost because your customer isn't aware that you're also offered the product or service. All right. Concentrate on the benefits of every product. Go over your advertising and discuss the features for each one, but make sure you go over the advantages and the benefits first. All right. Create product tiers to offer the customers a good, better, best option. Sometimes having 4 or 5. If your top one is $100, you got 50, 75, 100, maybe you put out a 150, 200, and you're going to see that at the beginning, most people were taking the 75. Now they'll probably take the 100 or 125 if you make that the middle. Raise your prices, right? Most business owners say they can't, but I've seen businesses increase prices with little or no pushback in almost every industry. I've done an article on this and we do this in our courses, and I think I've covered it in a blog post, so you can search my blog. Also, I'm pretty sure I did a video on it. Okay, if you're selling services, switch from hourly billing to value-added billing. All right, I help my clients get PPP loans and employee retention credits in the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. We got good at it. All right, so should I bill by the hour or the value-added? All right, so we don't do percentages because that would be illegal, but I'm not billing at a straight hour. This is what it's worth. All right. Now, once they're there, we want an increase in referrals from your current customers, because referrals are already coming pre-sold. Hey, this is my guy. Somebody comes into me and says, I was referred to somebody else to do the text return. You said you did a good job for you. I don't have to sell. I just need to see what the problem is. That's why referrals are so good. So first thing, ask for them. All right. Remember the ear. All right. You need to earn, you need to ask, you need to reward. So use the ear, EAR. So you first have to do a good enough job to earn it. Then you need to you got to ask for it. And then if they give you one, you got to reward it. Okay. Even a simple thank you is better than nothing. Create a script that reminds customers of people they know that need your service. For example, if you're doing photography, ask if they know. Do you know anybody who needs pictures? Not the right answer. Ask if they know anybody who's getting married, graduating, having a baby, or celebrating an anniversary. Asking this kind of question is much more effective than asking, do you know anyone I can sell to? Because I'm not going to tell you. All right. Memorable service creates referral. Don't settle for just being good. You must wow your customers to earn referrals. Make a list of other businesses that sell to your customers and see if you can work in partnership with them. You get more of what you reward. Thank customers for each referral and give a small gift or discount that tell them you appreciate it. You might even consider a referral contest if you're a big enough company, even if you're not. I've seen referral contests work real well. Finally, you want to keep the customer longer. All right, so that's customer retention. How many customers you lose, and how can I reduce that? So first, you have to track the customers, because that's the first step to seeing how many are you losing. Then provide a quality product or service the way that wows your customer. If you're not, you need to work on that. All right. Make sure your customers remember you. Newsletters are great tools for this, even an email, paper, whatever. All right. Create a system to eliminate repeat errors. We talk about that. I've done videos on almost all these things, and I will do some more in the future. Perform a customer audit periodically to pinpoint weaknesses in your in your systems. Don't be afraid to ask your clients, what can we do better? All right. Create a customer callback system to check on the quality of the product or service the customer received while on the phone. First of all, people are going to be amazed you called. I got a call, did some dental work last week, still a little sore. I got a call back from them going, how's it going? Any problems? That was great. You just don't get that very much anymore. But what they failed, while you're on the phone, ask for referrals and explore selling additional products or services. Okay. I just spent no idea how much time. There we go. A little over 16 minutes, way too long. All right. But I understand I had a lot to cover there. This is one of those you really want to probably watch a couple times, pause, take notes. There's a ton here, and a lot of it I've covered in other videos or on my blog about how to use the profit formula to increase your sales. First of all, increase your leads, then increase the number of leads that are converted into customers, getting your customers to buy more and come back more often, and then getting them to refer more friends and to stay with you longer. You do all that, and there's a lot of steps here, and there's some I haven't even discussed. I've seen people out there doing a lot more. So sorry this one ran long, but I wanted to cover a lot. So hey, until next time, this is Wayne Blau saying, let's make this our most profitable year ever. Thank you very much, and have a great week. What's left of it.